Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen and I am an adrenal burnout recovery expert. Today I want to talk to you about the top 5 extreme fatigue causes. So not just the plain old don't have very much energy to do the things that you'd like to do, but the extreme fatigue. The fatigue where you just don't want to get out of bed, or you don't want to get off the couch, or you do some shopping and then you're floored for the rest of the day, or you find out that little Johnny was in trouble, or you have a bill that's due and you're just exhausted for the rest of the day. So let's talk about those 5 reasons. The first one is dysglycemia. Probably a term you may not have heard before, but basically dysglycemia is another way of saying you don't have steady blood sugar throughout the day. And like any engine or machine that needs a steady supply of fuel, so does your body. And that's what we need. We need to convert food into energy. And if we go up and down, then that's how your energy levels are going to be. And that's a fancy way of saying dysglycemia. And dysglycemia means you're not having a breakfast in the morning, you're missing a very, very important part of the most important meal of the day. You may not be having the best food. You may be having a lot of refined sugars. When you go into a Starbucks and you see nothing but cakes and coffees and sweeteners and buns and croissants and all of that stuff. There has to be a healthy representation of a protein, carbohydrate, and fat in that meal to steady your glycemic index so you're not going up and down. And you can't wait forever. It can't be your meal at 6:30 in the morning and the next thing you know, oh my goodness, it's 12 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything. Or you missed a meal and now it's 4 o'clock and you didn't eat since 11 o'clock and too many hours have gone up and down. And that's going to really drain your adrenal stress account. And your adrenals are really responsible for the energy you have throughout the day. So that's the top reason I would say, and it's really an easy fix. It just means you're having a steady carbohydrate, protein, and carb meal throughout the day, not waiting too long, always having that nice important breakfast, and then not waiting too long between meals. The next one I would say is called gut disturbances. So these are people that have not only this extreme fatigue, but they're having bloating or gastrointestinal dysfunction, and there's a lot of indigestion, or just you're not comfortable in the stomach. And there's 2 main reasons for this. Number one, there is food sensitivity, so foods that you may be eating that may be causing a lot of inflammation in your gut. And these are gluten, dairy, egg, soy, yeast, corn, rice, potato. All of these things can cause food sensitivities. And the other thing is leaky gut. And what's happening is the food is not being properly digested, and when that happens, it creates this gastric reflux and all this bloating and inflammation. So I'd probably say that's number 2 on the extreme fatigue, a reason for having extreme fatigue. Number 3 would be sleep hygiene. When I talk to my patients and they tell me where they're sleeping, they have all of their workstation, their computer, their Wi-Fi, they're plugged in, their TVs on their sleep environment. And that has to be one of those sacred environments where you have proper sleep hygiene. It doesn't mean just going to bed a little earlier. It means looking at your work or your sleep environment and making sure it's a nice, restful place for you to fall asleep. So there can't be fluorescent lights. There has to be nice, soft lighting. I even recommend not having anything plugged in next to the bed where it's going to take a little bit away from your energy. You can't charge your iPhone next to your bed and have your Wi-Fi wireless remote router by your bed and have your pillow propped up and doing all this work and then going to bed at 11, 12 o'clock and not falling asleep. That's not going to work. You just have to do some proper sleep hygiene, and that's one of those things. Number 4, I would call nutritional deficiencies. So we're on the go all day. We're eating in our car, we're eating on the go, and we're eating things that have wrappings around it. We're eating things that are out of machines, and all of these foods are not containing all of the essential nutrients and vitamins and minerals that we need to supply our body with the proper fuel so that we can do the things we'd love to do on a daily basis. So making sure that when you go to the grocery store and you're in those outer aisles and you're getting natural foods that aren't packaged or pre-made, something that made in a factory. If it's made in a factory, then you can pretty much guarantee there's not enough nutrients in there. There's hydrogenated vegetable oils, there's modified cornstarch or corn syrup in there, and all of these foods are devoid of the proper nutrients. The last one, which leads right into my last category, is inflammation. The society we live in today is more inflammatory producing than ever before. From the air that we breathe, to the water that we drink, to the food that we eat, and everything else in between creates a lot of inflammation in our body. Whether it's an infection from a moldy food that we ate, or a virus, or a bacteria, or a fungus, or a parasite, or maybe heavy metal toxicities. We have a lot of aluminum in the foods that we eat, or antiperspirants that we put on. There's lead exposures. There's so many environmental toxins that are causing inflammation in your body. So let's recapture again. The top 5 reasons for extreme fatigue are dysglycemia, not keeping your blood sugar stable throughout the day; gut disturbances from food sensitivities and leakiness in your gut; sleep hygiene, looking like a work environment instead of a sleep environment; nutritional deficiencies, not eating healthy natural foods; and inflammation from the toxins that we breathe, sleep, or breathe, smell, and drink from. Then these are going to ruin the body and create a lot of inflammation. If you liked what I said, then there's a lot more where this comes from. Come to my blog, and you can get it underneath on the link below. And be sure to like, comment, or share this video so I can help other people. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen, and I am an adrenal burnout recovery expert. Thank you so much.